everybody, and welcome to the channel. And look at my mess. Alright, this is prompt number 3, Collage Clusters. And all I did was collage magazine paper onto book pages. This was all one book page. And then I tore that up, and then I took my paper punch and a Gardening Made Easy, one of those 3-ring bound books your aunts or moms or grandmas would have been looking at way back in the 70s. And then I cut these papers, and then we're going to put them together here. We're just going to put our, first of all, just our collages over here, and then we're going to start making clusters. So I'm going to glue as we go, and then we'll add stuff until we think we can't add any more. So besides the glue stuff, I've got my little Agenda 52 adhesive notepads that my beautiful daughter gave me for Christmas. And then I got the die cut she gave me for Christmas. And then I got some washi tapes that I need to use up. And I got my little bling-a-blings that I need to use up. And I have my book pages, my little cutouts, and the first one was going something like this. I had it on here. Let me just glue it down. I'm going to say I am almost certain I had a glue stick, and I was doing so good, guys. I haven't misplaced it all morning. So I'm pre-recording, and I've got to get 26 prompts out by January. So I'm gonna combine several of them. All right, so we've got that one. Okay, and then I feel like since these are really thick, I'm gonna need to use my tacky glue on them. We're gonna glue these down like a flower. I know they're leaves, but we're gonna glue them down like a flower, right? I thought that was pretty cool. And then I'm going to try to keep them, multi-purpose use. Like this one would be actually okay for Christmas or a botanical, depending on your taste buds, right? Okay, so then I want to do a green in the center, brighten it up. We're just going to put a little dollop of glue, followed by this guy. Whoa, come back here. And he'll go right there. So again, he can be for a Christmas journal or a botanical. All right, so let's go. Let's get this. And my magazine pages are from one of those wine tasting books that somebody borrowed our address for. Okay, we'll put you right here. And then we'll do, let's do what I thought was cute about this is it came on this, and I got an idea for this. We're not going to use it today, but we will be using it. Okay, let's go. Let's go this way. Right? I think that's probably happened to all of us at least once in a while. We'll go there. All right, and then we'll go upwards. Now I think that one's fine just as is. We could stamp it, we could do a lot, but I think it's fine as is. Alright, next up, we'll go with this one. Since this one wanted to stick around, we'll use it. We'll go this way. Sorry about the reach, my corner came up. And then we'll go, we kind of lose that duck. So let's, now the duck needs to be inked, I think. Because he kind of gets lost. I wonder if these are stickers. We definitely need something behind the duck. Let's go with, oh, that'll work. That'll work. And we'll put our little rubber ducky. You're the one on here. I want to make sure these aren't stickers though, because I don't want to stick it on there and then have it peel off later when the glue dries, you know. And I think, oh, the glue is sticking to me, guys, sorry. Nope, they are not. That's one way of finding out, right? My glue got dry. I may have to put some tacky glue down there. We'll find out. Okay, there's another one. How about that? I know it's kind of hard to see. There we go. That'll work. Alright, next up, let's try some of my washi. My hands were getting sticky. Alright, let's try some washi. We'll run our glue stick along. And we're just going to dress it up a little. Not a lot, but some. Give it some attention here. Tie in some of these collars. Okay, that'll do it for that one. And then we'll go across the top and put this fella on there. Isn't that cool? Okay, I feel like this one needs something. Ooh, and I know just the ticket. Yes. Should we do it that way? Yeah. Just like that. What do you think? Yeah, we're going to do that. Ta-da! And then I know, yes, my sweet darling, my baby girl, got me all my extras. And I think she'll be proud that I'm using them. There's another one. It's in that stack. Woohoo! We're on a roll, guys. So you get the idea. I'm going to do one more. And then I'm off to doing some decoupage. I'm going to decoupage some napkins. And that'll be part 2 of this here video. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do this one. And then the next one will be our, look at that. Isn't that cool? Love it. Love it, love it. Now this is how you get things done. You don't think, you just glue. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What about this? Yes. Here we go. And we'll put our butterfly on there. I just love it. I just love it. There we go. There's another one. One and done. There's our collage clusters. Yay! All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Letter D, decoupage. All right, guys. So in this video, we're going to do decoupage. I've got a napkin and I've got brown paper bag under. And basically, we're just going to glue this to that piece of paper, and then I will come in with my word's going to come to be, I will come in with my, oh, I got a problem here. I think I can get this out without causing a wreck. Sorry about the stuff here, guys. Oops, sorry. I knew I was going to have a problem. I'm going to come in with Mod Podge, which I'm trying to get out. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, so we've got our Mod Podge, and it's matte. I don't remember why. Oh, I do remember why. Okay, so I haven't done the final on my leaves yet, but I am working on doing my leaves. I may have to buy more Mod Podge. I got so many ideas, guys, for this year, but I'm gonna focus on one thing at a time. I gotta get a napkin. I did spray this with some alcohol ink, not alcohol ink, Lindy's. You don't have to do that. Water would have worked, but that's what I had handy because it had a lot of wrinkles in it. And then I ran my iron over it. Just like that. So that's why it looks like that. But we are going to paint it with the Mod Podge. Get my paintbrush open here. Hopefully I don't lose a lot of bristles. Hopefully. So anyhow, we're just gonna Mod Podge the whole thing. And then once I lay the napkin down, oops, sorry guys, doggone it, we'll Mod Podge the napkin itself. And then for E, ephemera from Everyday Items, you're going to see this again. So Everyday Items, napkins. We can all find decorative napkins pretty much any store. And then we're going to do, oops, sorry again. Oh, I'm going to cut tags. Use my, I'm going to cut it down and make tags with it. So I'm going to spread this out very gently. Wrinkles are okay, but not preferred. Okay, and then we'll flip this back, roll that up, and I'll get this rest of it. And then once it's had a chance to dry, I want to set that over there better. Once it's had a chance to dry, we'll do the top. And then we'll do, like I said, I'll come back real quick and show you what I cut with it on using my, and you wouldn't have to, you could just cut your tags yourself. I prefer to use my die cutter, I don't know what you call them now. it cuts out die cut, you know, you run dies through it. Alright, so we have to let that dry, and then we'll come back in, and I could probably use my iron again to get it to dry fast. Turn it on. Yeah, I could probably. And again, like I said, wrinkles aren't the end of the world. I prefer that I don't get wrinkles, but truly prefer that I don't get wrinkles. But they happen, so we're not going to get too upset. All right. Cleaning the glue off the bottom so it doesn't stick. So we got this. Ooh, I heard it. You hear it? Barely. It went. All right, so I prefer to let this dry naturally. We'll set that aside, and this is at the point where I say thank you very much for joining me in my A to Z January prompts. So, like I said, I'm going to set this aside to dry, and then we'll come back, Mod Podge the top, let it dry, and then I will do some die cutting. So that'll be in our next video. For E is for ephemera from Everyday Items. All right, guys, appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you real soon. Okay, guys, it seems like I've been away forever, but it's only, I mean, I have, but not for you. For you guys, it probably seems like just seconds ago. All right, so this got dry, and it's on that paper, but I wanted it a little stiffer because they're going to be journaling cards. So I cut some of my scrap from another project, and you will see that here shortly. And right now what I got to do is glue my my decoupage napkin, and I'm going to center that peacock just like that, and then I'll turn it over once it's dry and trim it, and then I'll cut the tops for tags, and that'll be that for this. And that'll bring us to E, ephemera made from everyday items, which is cardstock you can replace with cereal box, brown paper bag, napkin, and glue. And if you don't have Mod Podge, you can actually use glue and water. Yes, you sure can. Glue and water. I generally go a little thick with it, like 2 parts glue, 1 part water. You can use Eileen's Tacky Glue and water. Pretty much anything. Okay, now then let's center our peacock here on the bottom. And I might sew around this. Ooh, that was not good. It's okay. I can fix that pretty easy. It's okay. Kind of gives us some interest down there. All right, so now I'm going to turn it over. Let that glue stick dry good. And then I'll probably put a piece of, coffee dyed paper just to round it up. Oop, I don't want that all the way over. We're just going to trim. I could have probably gotten a little more off there. Yes. And then we're going to trim across the top here. Just make sure we're even. Oops. Come on. Oops, I'll have to fix that, won't I? Darn it. It's because this was a little messed up. That's okay. We can fix it. There we go. And then here, where I can see. There we go. All right. So now all I have to do is make my tag corners. And I don't, yeah, I do. So I don't have my good scissors, but I do. So we're just going to do this. I spy it. Cut. Now we have a giant journaling tag. And if you didn't like it that wide, you could always come in, cut a little more off that side. Whoa. And off that side. There you go. Perfect. I like that better, actually. Then we'll put a hole in it, and I'll put some seam binding up top. And then down here, I think I'll put a piece of real lace. Yes. That's what we're going to do. Now that's our everyday items, ephemera, blah, blah, blah. All right, so next up was the flip out, fold out. And since I finished it, I'm only going to show it to you and walk you through the process. How does that sound? Okay, so we all like Alice in Wonderland, correct? Where'd she go? I just made a project. Here she is. Okay. Now then, we all like Alice. So this is our flip outs. And I cut my piece, this piece, and I cut that to fit my page. Okay, so your page may be bigger or smaller than mine. So the math I can give you now is, it was 4.5 by 6, 4.5 by 6.5, and I actually should have gone 5.5 by 6. Should have gone 5.5 wide by 6 long, but that's okay, it'll still work. All right, so then we made the pockets from book page, from an Alice in Wonderland book, and basically I will show you how I did that. I took a full page. Let me see if I can find a full page. Where did you go, Alice? Here's Alice. Okay. Let's find a full page. I keep all my scraps because you never know. Just never know. Okay, I took one that did not have pictures on both sides, like so. Okay. And then I measured, I cut it in half, right? And then I just, because my cards are going this way, this is how I did it. I trimmed this edge. Okay. And then I scored it at 1.5 inch this way. We're guesstimating on this one because it's just a prototype, all right? And then I folded this under. Okay, just like that. Then I glued along here and here and completely sealed it up. Okay, but then I came through and I measured this at 3 1/4, and I cut. Okay guys, so then you got something that looks like this. So I glued this side and this side and this side. Okay, so then I went in and I cut this front piece off, and then I hole punched one side of it. It's up to you which side you want. I hole punched the outside, and then I inked my edges, and then I glued my piece down. This was not on here, okay? So you're going to glue your piece down to your cardstock like so. Okay? Then you're going to pull this piece up, and you're going to cut the next one, and it's going to go wherever you decide there. And then the last one, the third one, will line up with the bottom of your page. Now they're all going to be the same size, but I'm just giving you an example. So there's your 3 flip outs, right? And then this piece is just this regular cardstock, right, with the scored piece. And then on the inside, I made a pocket with the book, and then I made a tag. Okay, and then when this goes in your book, and this goes in your journal, let me see a regular sized journal. This is not the journal it will go in. But let's say this was our journal, okay? If you guys want to see how I made this, I do have a video on it. Okay. So then we're going to glue this to our page. Wherever you want on the page, you could have it right up next to. And then this will get glued in. This will flip out. You're going to have writing space here, right? You're going to have the journaling card here. There's me, Alice. And then you're going to have your 3 pockets here that flip out with the Alice in Wonderland cards in it. So if that's not clear to you, you let me know and we'll do an actual step-by-step process. But basically, you take 1 sheet of paper, you score it, then you put your 3 tabs on there, you glue that to the page, and then you cover these tabs that you glued down with your pocket. Then you glue this piece into the book, and you've got writing space here, and your journaling card there. So that's that, guys. Thank you for staying with me, and we are going to trudge along, and oops, that's a gift. I don't need to put that back in there. We're going to get moving. We're going to get to making. We're going to finish this all up, and we are going to have A to Z ephemera. I hope you'll stick around. Stay tuned, because next up we have, we are on G, and I don't remember what G is. G, I don't remember, but I'll find it. We'll get it. We'll get rolling, and I just want to say thank you all for being with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of my channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoyed today's video, please share my channel with your crafty friends. It helps me to grow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.